English Healing Podcast.
From learning to become a master.
You ever wake up and realize someone who once cared now feels like a stranger?
Like yesterday, they were your favorite notification. Today, they reply like customer service.
Seriously, I am so tired of it. Why do people change? Do you have any experience with it?
Yeah, I have. But before we dive into it, let's introduce ourselves first. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Girls Healing Podcast, a self place where you can listen, calm, and stay productive. No rush, just peace. My name is Minam, your English podcast co-host.
And I am Daniel, your podcast co-host's partner.
So, guys, grab your coffee or tea for fun, because this podcast is going to be so mind-blowing, and refreshments, because we are going to talk about why people change, something that everyone can relate to.
Yeah, right, everyone goes through this situation.
And maybe your emotional support biscuit. We are going to use a little upper-level English, like advanced English. But don't worry, we will explain all the words we will use in today's conversation at the end. So stick with us until the very end.
Yeah, this podcast is really helpful because today we are talking about why people suddenly change. Relax your shoulders and prepare your heart, because today we are discussing one painfully confusing question. Why do people suddenly change?
Sometimes people change so fast it feels like their personality downloaded an update overnight, without warning us first. Honestly, relationships need software notifications before emotional disasters happen publicly.
You know what confuses me most about people changing suddenly? Yesterday, they were sending caring messages, asking about your day, sharing dreams, making future plans, and today they answer like exhausted customer service employees.
Exactly. One day, someone calls you their favorite person alive, then suddenly your conversations become drier than leftover toast forgotten inside the kitchen toaster during stressful Monday mornings, completely accidentally.
And the painful part is not only their behavior changing suddenly. The painful part is sitting alone afterward, wondering whether their kindness was genuine, temporary, performative, or simply emotionally convenient for them, personally.
That confusion destroys people emotionally, because humans naturally search for explanations whenever something important disappears unexpectedly. Our brains hate unanswered questions, especially when feelings, memories, emotional attachment, and personal vulnerability become deeply involved.
Honestly, heartbreak transforms ordinary people into professional investigators immediately. Suddenly, everyone rereads messages carefully, analyzes response times obsessively, studies punctuation marks emotionally, and treats social media activity like mysterious criminal evidence online.
Absolutely true. Somebody stops replying for 20 minutes, and suddenly we become emotional detectives, building conspiracy theories stronger than documentary filmmakers investigating government secrets hidden carefully somewhere underground, internationally.
But here is something important: many people misunderstand completely. Most individuals never truly change overnight. Usually, their emotions shift gradually, while they quietly hide those changes internally, until behavior finally reveals everything externally.
That happens frequently because many people avoid uncomfortable conversations honestly. Instead of expressing dissatisfaction early, they remain silent politely, pretend everything feels normal outwardly, then emotionally disconnect privately, without explaining anything clearly beforehand.
And, unfortunately, silence becomes dangerous inside relationships, because unresolved emotions continue growing quietly underneath everyday conversations. Everything appears stable externally, while emotional distance slowly increases internally, until connection finally collapses unexpectedly, for both individuals involved.
It feels similar to standing inside a beautiful house, without noticing small, hidden cracks forming gradually beneath the walls, until suddenly, one morning, everything breaks loudly, leaving confusion, sadness, emotional shock. and unanswered questions.
Stress, financial pressure, insecurity, exhaustion, disappointment, failure, loneliness, ambition, or heartbreak can reshape personalities slowly, without others recognizing those transformations immediately afterward.
Exactly, because difficult experiences affect emotional behavior deeply. Somebody, once cheerful and affectionate, may become distant, quieter, colder, or emotionally unavailable, simply because life exhausted their mental energy completely over extended, stressful periods internally.
Certain people behave lovingly, only while excitement remains entertaining, emotionally. Once novelty disappears, naturally, their effort decreases, immediately, because attachment was connected, mainly, with temporary emotional stimulation, originally.
Basically, modern relationships sometimes operate like free mobile applications. Everything feels exciting initially, but eventually, hidden conditions appear suddenly, premium emotional access becomes unavailable, and communication quality decreases dramatically without an understandable explanation afterward. Completely.
Unrealistic perfection pressure affects friendships deeply, too, actually.
Many individuals expect emotional availability constantly, without considering personal responsibilities, mental health, family struggles, academic pressure, financial anxiety, or emotional burnout affecting behavior temporarily. Compassion becomes impossible whenever relationships prioritize perfection instead of realistic emotional understanding afterward, completely within life experiences.
Financial pressure, especially, changes people emotionally sometimes, honestly. I watched one cousin transform completely after experiencing serious economic difficulties unexpectedly. Previously, he was confident and relaxed naturally. He became anxious, withdrawn, irritable, and emotionally distant afterward, because constant survival stress consumed his mental and emotional energy daily, continuously, unfortunately.
That makes complete sense, because financial insecurity affects psychological well-being deeply, naturally. Someone struggling financially often experiences shame, helplessness, stress, fear, and emotional exhaustion simultaneously. Those emotional burdens eventually influence communication styles, confidence levels, emotional openness, relational behavior, and overall personality expression significantly afterward, through prolonged stressful experiences.
Society, unfortunately, judges those personality changes harshly sometimes, without understanding underlying emotional struggles, honestly. People criticize emotional distance quickly, while ignoring circumstances producing that behavior internally. Compassion requires recognizing human behavior usually reflects deeper psychological experiences, rather than simple intentional negativity or emotional carelessness afterward, naturally, within difficult life periods. Sometimes people change because life changes them first.
And sometimes, pain changes them quietly.
If somebody changed around you, do not blame yourself for everything.
People carry battles they never explain openly.
Yes, that's true. So, okay, the time for your vocabulary that we used in this podcast. Go ahead, Minam.
Okay.
Vulnerability, meaning being open about your real emotions and feelings. Sentence: emotional vulnerability helps people build deeper connections. Heartbreak, meaning deep sadness caused by losing someone emotionally. Sentence: his heartbreak changed the way he trusted people. Healing, meaning recovering emotionally from pain or sadness. Sentence: healing takes time, patience, and self-care. Attachment, meaning a strong emotional connection with someone. Sentence: people often struggle after losing emotional attachment. Insecurity, meaning lack of confidence or feeling not good enough. Sentence: social media sometimes increases insecurity in young people.
Thank you for spending time with us today.
We honestly hope this conversation comforted somebody emotionally.
And please, protect your peace, communicate honestly, and stop chasing people constantly.
Also, drink water and stop overthinking at 2 o'clock every night.
We will see you in the next episode.
Take care of yourself. We will see you in the next episode.